Because I feel like most people have lost this part. It's just about like Quant is a CBDC coin, and that's how we were going to make money. While there is so much more to it.
Yeah, and in the same vein, right? Because everybody's like, "No, token not needed." And
but the token is needed.
if you look 5 episodes back, everybody was like, "Yeah, no, Quant's gonna pivot. They're going to consulting right now." And what you actually see is that the exact opposite is true. Right?
And you have to go through all the jurisdictions.
Yes, yeah. But if you have your internal network, you have your own coin, you can throw that on your private blockchain, and they can receive the money and there cash it for dollars and then spend. That saves you a ton of trouble. That about that. Shall we move on to the latest that we know of update?
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday, by the way. It is Tuesday the 31st. Happy Halloween, trick or treat. I thought of dressing up, but I didn't because, well, programming was different. Otherwise, I would have been here with a crazy hat. Maybe a crazy look in my eyes.
You could still do that.
I could still, but I had not prepared. So
I was okay.
All out.
Yeah, I was smeared in like fake blood this weekend at a Halloween party.
Nice.
And then I fell asleep.
I always use real blood. I just take the cats walking around in the neighborhood generally.
Oh yeah. Actually, but I fell asleep and then it was like all my bed sheets.
Oh yeah. Imagine going to sleep with fake blood all over you, like drunk as a fucking skunk, and then wake up in the morning hungover, looking in the mirror, being all covered in blood and shit. That'd be a proper heart attack.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. Although I did remember what happened the night before, but my scared the shit out of other people. Okay.
Don't drink, children. Don't use drugs.
No, it's bad for you. Okay.
Too regularly. Just
okay.
Financial advice. Yeah. So, why am I? Here, right there we go. Share the screen. There we are. So, from Quant developers, this was posted on last week, October 24th, and it reads: Quant Smart Lock adds programmability to everyday payments. Read more at quant.network/use cases. #blockchain payments, etc. And if we then go there, we prepared this all for your convenience. Then you can see programmable payments and smart locks for everyday purchases by Claire Facer. Claire Facer, you can now see in the bottom right. With the potential for central bank digital currencies to have additional functionality like programmable payments, this use case explores how a person might purchase goods from a retailer, counting on the added safety of smart locks. Going a little bit further, smart third-party locks are an example of programmable payments that condition digital currency spending until specific parameters are met. So these locks enable the user's payment interface provider, another PIP, or a trusted third party to determine when the funds can be unlocked and either returned to the user or paid out to a designated recipient. Smart locks have a time limit, and once the expiry date has passed, the locked funds become available for the user to spend again. So the programmable function allows all parties to agree to the payment terms at the point of purchase, giving greater control to the customer whilst still assuring the retailer of payment. Some of the typical steps in which the customer would be involved: 1. All parties agree to the terms of the transaction at checkout. 2. Funds are then locked whilst still held in customer's bank account with instructions for the retailer to be paid upon successful delivery of goods. And then 3, once the delivery or the commitment is confirmed via an API call, the locks are then released and the funds are sent directly and instantly to the retailer. And if this sounds familiar, and Tim said it well last week, isn't this like a smart contract?
Yeah.
And yes, it is to a degree. But the difference is you keep your money in your pocket. And with a smart contract, and that's the problem with DeFi right now, is you put the money at a third party. So I and Tim, we transact, or we intend to transact, we agree, and then Liana is getting my money and let's say Tim's digital asset. And as soon as she received both, then she will give us our fair share. But in the meantime, we are trusting Liana with our assets. And that is fine up to a point, because those pools can get really big and those contracts are not always very well constructed. So Quant already fixed one of those things. They now have audited smart contracts. They have authorized. So if somebody is needed on Liana's end, and they need keys and whatever, they cannot lose it anymore. And now we also have the smart lock thing, which is kind of like the smart contract, but a little bit different, because what it does is it removes Liana from the equation. I have my bank account, I have money in there, Tim has my digital asset, and we agree to transact. We go through the API. And as soon as we both agree, the amount of money, let's say 100 euros on my end, gets frozen in my bank account. It does not leave my bank account. And Tim promises me that he will deliver or have my stuff delivered within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Tim starts his transfer, and after the time has passed, my money goes to him, right? So you can use block times for this because they are quote unquote reliable. In the future, you could see other possibilities with actual goods when I order something at Amazon or at another store. And then the third party to validate delivery could be the delivery man, right? Right now, it's already happening. So I order a new phone. I order a new phone. My phone is broken. And I buy that from Tim. The phone costs 700 euros. 700 euros gets reserved on my bank account. Tim ships my phone. The phone goes to the transportation service, parcel delivery, whatever you want to call it. And as soon as he delivers it here, and I sign for that very package, either with my signature or with a QR code scan while I'm logged in. We had a discussion about this in the Quamfy Lounge, which is really interesting. That means that all parties are now in agreement, right?
What do you mean with the QR code scan? Because so that you mean that the package contains a QR code?
Yeah, or an NFC.
Yeah, that is actually really smart, because always with these kind of arrangements, I'm like, well, this is very sensitive for fraud. You could simply just claim that your package hasn't been delivered. And
but what happens
do?
is the delivery guy comes here and the delivery guy knocks on my door. If the guy knocks on my door and I open the door myself, I can then log in to my customer account for Amazon or whatever, or PostNL or UPS or FedEx. And I log into my account. So then I'm logged in. If I then scan the package and that I received it, then it gets confirmed on my phone. And in that case, you can trust the driver and you can trust me, and you get your money. If the driver decides not to deliver my package, he can say, I delivered the package, but I never scanned it. So then it's not the 6 eyes, right? Or the 4 eyes, whatever you want to call it. So there's a lot of potential to implement this across a lot of places. And all the time that the package doesn't get delivered, right? Say the case we have a dishonest delivery guy and he never delivers my phone. But he sent to you that he delivered the phone. But I never scanned it. Money is still in my account. Then you have the logistic chain where you can actually verify and check, okay, what happened? If you have a geolocator and you can see if it is in the van, if the van has Wi-Fi or whatever. Okay, did it go into the van? Yes, it went to the van. Did it get out of the van? No, it did not get out of the van until XYZ. Okay, that was not your address. Okay, something went wrong there. And in the meantime, I still have my money, right? So I do not have to worry about getting my money back or whatnot. Imagine the guy brings the parcel. I've had parcels obviously I moved, so I had a ton of parcels. And most of the boxes were dented and probably fell a couple of times because those guys just chug everything in the back of the van. If I decide not to accept the parcel and have it returned, I still have my money and I can buy a new phone the same day because I just declined the package. Cancel my order, especially with Amazon. It's really easy. Not advertising for Amazon, but Amazon. That's the new Tesla, Tim. Now you know. But then you have your money back and you can get a new phone that same day still, right? If you want to. Just some examples. So in this case, it relies on time, but you can have a third party, which could be a delivery service, or maybe at the post office here, right? They also have all these secrecy things, reliability things, whatever. Sometimes struggle with the exact wording.
Getting it back to Overledger and Overledger platform, and maybe I'm just stupid or ignorant or whatever, or just not really care. And I had the same feelings last week. Like, what is it? I mean, like, it's a nice extra function that they added. Yeah. But I just don't really see the point. But that's probably me just being stupid.
No,
or just not really. Sometimes there are these problems where you don't realize there's a problem, right?
Let me ask you this. Let's say we will be creating a Quamfy Show commemorative NFT or something like that. Maybe a Quamfy Show blockchain, God knows what.
Yeah.
Who would you ask to create your smart contract? Would you ask your neighbor? Would you ask some random coder that approached you on Telegram, like, "Hey, dude, I can make you a smart contract. I'm a full stack developer, bro." or would you go to a company like Quant and take an Overledger license, because it is only 11,000, right, for the base package, and if you get the full suite, so you get a smart audit and authorize, etc.
Okay, so you're basically saying that this is like a smart contract functionality, but more hands-on plug and play. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Now I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't look at. Yeah, I'm not that tech savvy. I just don't really know on the technical side what I'm talking about.
It's okay. I think what they are doing with Overledger platform is that they want to create a one-stop shop, and not everybody wants a smart contract. Some people just want something a little bit maybe less complicated, maybe not necessarily blockchain, right? Because this sounds like a smart contract, but not for blockchain. I don't know. That could be, but it seems to me like they're doing what Google is doing, right? They first had documents, spreadsheets, PowerPoint, or presentations. Sorry, and Reader or something, and now they have a ton of other stuff that they added, and most people don't need it, right? If you're not using Google for work or for school per se, you don't need most of the functionalities. But when you start a business and you want to make a presentation or you want to do something, everything is there and they're really fucking cheap. It is just a one-stop shop for just about everything you can ever need. And I think Quant wants to do the same because they have a very diverse group of clients. And if you ask me, one by one, they are eliminating. Every 2 weeks, we get a new feature like this, by the way, for the last 6 weeks. I think they're just knocking down one by one all the pitfalls and all the quote unquote dangerous things that we have right now in DeFi. right?
Yeah.
The smart contracts, the keys, in this case, smart lock.
Authorize.
Yeah, authorize that's the one with the keys, right? And then they had the smart contracts themselves. Then they had the tokenization and the token creation stuff from Tokenize. So one by one, they're taking away all these hurdles for big businesses, right? Like JPM.
Yeah.
For them, this would work well, right? If you have a client.
So basically, they are applying all the functionalities of what we can do with blockchain, just bringing them to one platform, and then it's plug and play.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so you have this function, on which chain would you like to implement it, and it's a plug and it's go.
Yeah, pick and choose, plug and play. That.
Yeah. So on what platform, on what blockchain would you like to build it?
Yes.
And then we go from there. Yeah. That's okay. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And especially for the banks, right? The banks and the big companies. If you truly want to make it trusted, simple, and future-proof, as they state, you need to chop all these things up. You cannot just say like, yes, Solana, you can do everything with us. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we don't have coders. Yeah, we don't know this. We can't trust that. They're taking away all the buts.
Yeah. The thing is, sorry for all the random noises. It's just the end of the day here. We're both cooked. But that makes a lot of sense. And now we just go back to the essence of everything, right? That's what it's all about. It's about like building your own stuff on whatever network you want to do. And there's been so much noise in the past years, really, where we kind of we focus on everything except the essence of what Overledger is. And it's really difficult sometimes to see the bigger picture again, or at least the thing where it's all about, because we can very easily get lost in discussions about price or about other crypto products which claim to do the same thing or effectively do the same thing. My coin is so much better than yours. Yeah, exactly. Or companies which offer similar services but focus on some kind of other aspect which isn't necessarily a threat. It's just like, well, it's competition, but it's just another company doing other stuff. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Very good to realize sometimes what we're actually investing in. Because I feel like most people have lost this part. It's just about like Quant is a CBDC coin, and that's how we were going to make money. While there is so much more to it.
Yeah, and in the same vein, right? Because everybody's like, no, token not needed. And
but the token is needed.
if you look 5 episodes back, everybody was like, yeah, no, Quant's gonna pivot. They're going to consulting right now. And what you actually see is that the exact opposite is true, right? Because a lot of people just lack the imagination of the potential of something like Overledger platform, right? If you look at it as, like I said, the Google product suite, right, or Office, or whatnot, they just keep adding functionalities and they're building up this WordPress. Same example. They're just building up such a powerful rack of all these features, and you don't need everything, and not everything is interesting to everybody, obviously. But bit by bit, they're building it out. And Overledger platform needs the QNT token. So value will be is created there, right? And that value that remains in the network, because they can literally one-stop shop, and for everybody there's something that they can use and that they want.